Let's get it. All right, we're back. We're back with another exclusive day of sports. Monday Night Football was just like we said it. Chargers needed to win. Chargers went in there and dominated. I don't know what the hell's wrong with the Indianapolis Colts. Why the hell you put Nick Foles in there? The man was sacked, 7 times? He had 3 picks. I don't know. Maybe it's just they don't want to win. They don't trust old Matt Ryan anymore. I don't know, but nonetheless, San Diego Chargers, or formerly the San Diego Chargers, L.A. Chargers now, clinched playoff spot last night. So we definitely gonna be talking about a lot of football coming up here. Obviously tomorrow, uh, we'll talk about we got some fantasy implications for us. Last week we lost our fantasy in the ESPN championship, got second place. We're fighting for I believe we're fighting for two fifth place spots. We're fighting for two third place spots. And we're also fighting for a championship spot in NFL.com. But other than that, fantasy season's coming to an end. I'm glad to see it come to an end. I mean, obviously, it went the way I expected it to go somewhat. I mean, obviously, Justin Fields outlasted my Trey Lance prediction as far as I had those two underdog guys going, having a great season. Obviously, Justin Fields, is going to have something to work on. Obviously, kind of like if the Bears can kind of do what the Eagles are doing with Jalen Hurts, I believe that the future is bright for the Chicago Bears. They got great picks. They got a lot of cap room. So I mean, what's not to like? You're gonna have a young quarterback out there, and then build upon that defense. That they lost some key components, but I believe there's a lot of young players that are stepping up that are going to be the leaders of that team. And then if you bring other guys that have that same mentality, I think the skies are the limits to go up for Chicago. Now, some teams that are really disappointing, obviously Tennessee, but you can't really help that as far as injuries. I mean, Tennessee, you guys decimated with injuries last season, but I believe this year is a lot different. They're definitely going to have to play tough, down the stretch. Obviously, they're going to have to get some help. Obviously, the Jaguars are playing the Texans, so maybe the Texans, maybe ain't got nothing to fight for but pride to knock out the Jaguars and say that we knocked out the Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. But either or, obviously Jacksonville's going to probably win that game. I don't know. I mean, the Texans can play tough as they want. The Jaguars are starting to figure things out here. Like I said, they're a hungry young defense, and Trevor Lawrence is starting to figure it out. He's starting to become the guy that we all thought was going to be the quarterback there. I mean, obviously the things are working out there down in Jacksonville, and if they could just build upon that here, obviously have a chance to possibly win the division and go to the playoffs this season, get Trevor's feet a little wet in the playoffs, or do they stumble in the last two games and then Tennessee, you know, even though Tennessee has the problems that they're having, obviously they got to figure it out here. Obviously, I think obviously, like the Broncos, I believe Tennessee Titans will be firing their offensive coordinator here. It's hard for me to believe that Malik Willis can't throw the ball down the field more than 5 to 10 yards down the field. I think they're just trying to minimize and marginalize that playbook to not make him have to throw the ball and then basically just ride it all on Derrick Henry. And teams have known that. Teams they're not afraid of the Tennessee Titans. They're saying, okay, we'll let Derrick Henry run a bit, but if we can contain Derrick Henry, they're not going to be passing the ball very much because obviously, their coordinator has basically said, you know what, we don't trust this quarterback here. And then you obviously brought in Joshua Dobbs, unless you think Joshua Dobbs is going to come in and then you give him the reins. But I don't know. I feel like Tennessee has to, if they're going to, in my opinion, if the Tennessee Titans are going to go into playoffs and win this division, they're going to have to trust Malik Willis now. Obviously, Tannehill has had surgery, and Tannehill's not coming back, okay? They had a chance to get Baker Mayfield and all this and that, but you've got to give your young quarterback a shot. You got to say, hey, this week, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you throw fucking 3 picks. You got to let this guy do something. You cannot be one-dimensional in NFL in this day and era, where teams and defenses can scheme and they can work around taking away your best player and forcing all the other players to beat you. And that's basically what teams are doing against Tennessee right now. They said, all right, Derrick Henry played well, but Derrick Henry also fumbled, and he's fumbled a lot more this season. And that doesn't help very well, because if Derrick Henry, I believe Derrick Henry didn't fumble in that moment, and they had a chance to put up points here, I think the outcome is different. Tennessee ends up winning that game. But things of this nature show what's going to go down. And I love to see Tennessee. My brother's a diehard Tennessee Titans fan. He used to be Houston Oilers, and then they obviously transitioned out to the Tennessee Titans. And I don't want to see the Tennessee Titans end up getting knocked out, but I think right now in that division right now, the Jaguars got the mojo going. They got the Austin Powers mojo going, and I believe that wholeheartedly. You can just see the team. You can see everybody's confident in each other. Everybody's believing in each other. Even when they were down, they really believe in themselves. And Tennessee's got to get that confidence in their team right now, and you just don't see that right now. You see a team that's wounded is trying to just gut it out, and there's not. I mean, Tennessee's not the only team. There's a lot of teams that are trying to just gut it out, and you can't just gut it out in the National Football League and expect, to get W's. I mean, look. I mean, and am I surprised that Nathaniel Hackett is out of Denver? No, he should have never been the coach there in the first place. They should have never traded for Russell Wilson. I believe that now that's just set them back now. And not to say that Russell Wilson isn't a great quarterback. He is not having a season at all. Anything remarkably of what Russell Wilson used to have. So is this what we can expect for Russell Wilson going forward? I don't know. I hope Russ can get back to being the good Russ and not the danger Russ. The danger. Stay away. He's not the same guy. I mean, I feel like that the Colts have said that about Matt Ryan right now. It's just danger. We don't want this guy no more now. We're going to throw out Nick Foles out there. And I'm telling you what, the Colts are probably, I mean, Giants definitely got a great shot to beat the Colts this week. I mean, especially if they're going to play like the way they're playing right now. I mean, it is just, this team is not the same. The Colts team is not the same. They're, and so, surprise, the Jaguars are up there now first in Tennessee. So, but yeah, lots of good football. Obviously, Thursday Night Football is Tennessee Titans. Speaking of those Tennessee Titans, they got to play the Dallas Cowboys this week. Not a very good tall task for Tennessee. They're looking to get a W. Obviously, the Cowboys got a big dub against their obviously divisional rival, the Philadelphia Eagles. And so they want to continue to keep the train rolling. So that way they, don't fall short and end up, because you still have Washington and you still have the New York Giants that are still on their tail for you know. So, and then, obviously you got teams like Philadelphia doesn't want to lose because they don't want to lose home field advantage to the Vikings or to the San Francisco 49ers. And we got a big game this week, afternoon game against the Packers in Green Bay. Yeah, we must beat the Green Bay Packers. I mean, we can't go in there laxical daisy and give Rodgers any more momentum than they need to be honest with you, to try to get in the playoffs here. If they can win out and basically all these other teams kind of lose out, well, and history shows we have not played very well in Green Bay. It's probably going to be freezing buttfuck cold there. So it'd be nice to get a sweep against Green Bay and keep ourselves up there at the second seed here. Help us, get a hometown playoff. I'm sorry. I'm like, ugh. Get some home field advantage, some home field cooking at home. So that way we don't have to go outdoors during the playoffs. But yeah, we got some NBA to talk about today. Let's talk about some games that are going to go on here. We got 7:00 Eastern hour. The Lakers 13-20 taking on the Orlando Magic. Then we have the Philadelphia 76ers and the Washington Wizards. That game is also at 7:00 Eastern time. We have 2 games on it. We got 3 games on at 7:30 Eastern hour. The Houston Rockets, after their big victory on the road against Chicago Bulls, are going into Boston tonight here, the TD Gardens here, to face the 24-10 Boston Celtics here. Then we have the Atlanta Hawks here, 17-16, taking on the 17-17 Pacers over here. That basically got demolished by 20 points. After Tyrese Halliburton had his 43 points, that team just went to shit last night. And I'm betting. And I know the Hawks aren't a very good road team, but I'm telling you tonight, I'm taking Atlanta. I'm taking Atlanta hardcore. You want to know a lean pick I'm taking? Fade the fucking Pacers. Fade the fucking Pacers. And what we got? Hawks minus 1.5. I'll take the 1.5 points for Atlanta tonight. Give me that all day against these Indiana Pacer guys. I mean, the Pacers to me are they're like a 10 or 11 seed right now, in my opinion. It's like you got Tyrese Halliburton, you got Buddy Hield, you have some talent there, but yet they couldn't go into New Orleans and beat on a Zion-less, Brandon Ingram-less, Herbert Jones-less Pelicans team. But that just shows you the Pelicans are way ahead of where the fucking Pacers are right now, even if they don't have Zion. They didn't have Zion towards the end of last season, and they had the best fucking record, the Pelicans did. So, why am I on the rant because the Pacers were one of the fucking teams that fucked me last night. I thought Pacers could surely get a victory here. Ride some momentum. No. They're riding the shit pony all the way to shit town. And I'm sorry if you live in Indianapolis and have to watch this horrific show of fucking basketball. But who knows? Tonight they might fucking name. They're one of these fucking anomaly teams that is weird as fuck. They'll fucking get destroyed, and then probably the next night they fucking pull out and win. I don't know. I hope they get destroyed. Then we have at 7:30 Eastern out there in Toronto, we have the Clippers getting their overtime victory yesterday. Help of Paul George and Terrence Mann. They are 20-15, taking on the 15-18 Toronto Raptors here. at the Scotia Bank Arena. Should be a good game. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard will be playing tonight, so you definitely know I'm taking the Clippers on a back-to-back. All right, we have the Phoenix Suns taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Obviously, there'd be no Devin Booker. He aggravated his groin, so I'm riding the Grizzlies, riding them high, and I'm fading the Sun. As the sun fades off into the sunset, that's how I'm fading the Phoenix Suns. At least in this game against Memphis. I believe Memphis will dominate here tonight at home. And definitely a game I do like tonight. The Spurs, after their big victory last night at home, go on the road to take on the OKC Thunder at the Paycom Center in Oklahoma City. Both teams definitely are young. Spurs are 11-22. They're 5-10 on the road. Thunder is 14-19 on the season, 9-8 at home. Not bad for a young team that doesn't have Chet Holmgren, their number one pick out here, but still has Shai, Gillingsley-Alexander. Obviously, they have Josh Giddey, and they also have some other young talented players that, once they get it all together here, the Thunder are going to be a team that's definitely going to probably make the playoffs here. Definitely going to have you're going to have a tough time bouncing these young guys out once they get it together, And then we have the Knicks and the Mavericks, an interesting matchup tonight in American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Luka and company have been on a roll here. Seems like they're clicking a little bit. The Knicks had been clicking for a little bit, but then they kind of stumbled on Christmas Day against the 76ers. But I think this will be a great matchup here for both teams here. Definitely like the Mavericks at home. Definitely do love the Mavericks at home. And last but not least, we have the Denver Nuggets taking on the Sacramento Kings. The Nuggets are 21-11, 9-8 on the road. Sacramento Kings are 17-14, 9-6. But the Domantas Sabonis here has a thumb injury. I don't know if it's a fracture or some sort of. So he's going to be out. So I'm definitely fading the Kings without Sabonis. I don't think. I mean, will they keep it competitive somewhat? Yes, but I believe overall the Nuggets are playing far higher level basketball right now than the Kings. But it's good to see the Kings with a 17-14 record. Hopefully, Sabonis isn't out for that long, and hopefully he can heal. But hopefully they can weather the storm and maybe possibly get some games, win some games they shouldn't. Maybe tonight, we'll see. But I don't know. And then we have college football right now. Let's look at the college football. Let's get some scores, get some update here. We got the bowl games here. All right, Memphis is out to a 24-3 lead here. So Memphis putting the works to Utah State right now at the Serve Pro First Responders Bowl. Then we had Buffalo holding off Georgia Southern 23-21 here. So Buffalo at the Camilla Bowl here, the Camilla Bowl. And then we have the Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl here, out there in Birmingham, Alabama, the Protective Stadium here. So we have 9-3 Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers, taking on the 7-5 East Carolina Pirates. And then last but not least, we have the Wisconsin Badgers, 6-6, taking on the 7-5 Oklahoma State Cowboys at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona, at the Guaranteed Rates Bowl, which they're playing at Chase Field. That would be, I believe that is the Arizona Diamondbacks stadium. So, yeah, so That game starts at 3:45 here, so in 40 minutes here. So maybe we get a get a bet in here pretty soon here. Let's go with NHL here tonight. Let's look at some NHL here. Then we got college basketball, obviously, back on the hardwood, women's and men's. We'll run that down, and then we'll surely get into what are plays. So obviously we got the Chicago Blackhawks and the Carolina Hurricanes. We have the Washington Capitals and the Rangers. We have the Boston Bruins and the Ottawa Senators. Pittsburgh Penguins and the Islanders, the Dallas Stars and the Predators, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the St. Louis Blues, the Minnesota Wild and the Winnipeg Jets. We have the Colorado Avalanche and the Arizona Coyotes. We have the Edmonton Oilers and Calgary Flames, and we have the Sharks. Oh, so this is all right. I was reading that off yesterday. Whoopsie. All right. So that's all right. Let's go to let's go to the ladies. Ladies hardwood in the ladies college basketball here. And let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we have here for ladies hoops today here as far as Division 1 here. All right, we got Wofford in Tennessee. We got South Carolina State and Wichita State. And we have North Carolina Central and Oregon State. The first game, the ladies of Texas Tech, the Lady Raiders are 12-1 here, and they won today here at home against the ladies of the Delta Devils, the Devilettes here in Mississippi Valley State. They won 68-45, so the ladies won by 23 points here. So really, not too many games here on the ladies hardwood. Obviously tomorrow they got number 14, the Lady Wolverines, 11-1, taking on the Lady Cornhuskers of Nebraska, 10-3. Then we have number 8, the ladies of Yukon, the Huskies. The Lady Huskies are 9-2, taking on the number 21 ranked the Creighton Blue Jays. The Lady Blue Jays are 8-3 on the season. And then we have number 3 ranked the ladies of Ohio State. The Lady Buckeyes are 13-0, have not lost this season. Are taking on Northwestern, the Lady Wildcats. They're 6-5. All right, we'll go to the men's side now. We're going to the men's side of college basketball right now. All right. Let's see what we got here as far as games here. All right, so we got Georgia Southwestern College taking on Jacksonville State. We got St. Elizabeth College taking on New Jersey IT. So obviously a battle in New Jersey there, I believe. Then we have Northwestern State taking on Texas A&M. Okay, interesting there. The Northwestern State, the Devils here are 8-4. Texas A&M 6-5. Then we have Jacksonville. The Dolphins are taking on Notre Dame here. So the Dolphins are 7-3 going to South Bend here. South Bend is 7-5, 7-2 at home. And we have Texas A&M Commerce taking on number 6 ranked Texas Longhorns, 10-1, 8-0 at home. So they're looking to stay undefeated in Austin tonight at Moody Center. We have Seton Hall. The Pirates are 7-6, 0-2 in the Big East, taking on Marquette at home, 9-4, 1-1 in the Big East. And then we have South Carolina State 2-12, 1-11 on the road, taking on 9-2, 7-0 at home. The men Texas Tech Raiders at the United Supermarkets Arena in Lubbock, Texas. Here, so not very many games for the men's side. So it's probably a good thing here. Um, we'll run down our bets that we had yesterday here. We took Chargers minus 3.5. That covered. Clippers won in overtime. That covered. We had the over 220 points, 220.5 in the Nets and Cavs. That cashed. We had the Miami Heat 1-3. The Pacers plus 2.5 fucking killed us. The Bulls money line minus 294. That killed us. The Hornets money line plus 167. That killed us. And we took the under 236 in the Jazz and Spurs. That went over 244, I believe it was. So did not do good in our parlay. And our player prop parlay did not do as well either. Karis LeVert had 3 steals. That was a W. Terrence Mann hit the game tying to send it to overtime, but couldn't get over the 6 points to get me that. And at Walker Kessler, I thought he's been having a great so far. That he would have over 10.5 points. He did not. Keldon Johnson, I figured, hey, he'd at least go over 4 free throws. Nope. He only had 3. And LaMelo Ball, cashes of them all. LaMelo Ball, he had to score over 23.5 points. He had 27, so, and he's playing the Warriors tonight, so probably going to play LaMelo Ball in my player prop parlay tonight, because ever since he's come back, he has been nothing but a cash. So if you want somebody I give you for free, I give you LaMelo Ball as a free cash right there. Just like tonight, I'm giving you free cash with the Atlanta Hawks. Yes, I said it, the Atlanta Hawks against the Pacers. I know, you're not supposed to hold feelings and, be pissed off at teams, because that's what betting is. Sometimes you bet on a team, they lose, and you try to double down on them, and they actually win, or they don't win. So it's a double-edged sword. The way you got to look at it. There's no rhyme or reason. I mean, there's a lot of guys out here that'll tell you there's rhymes or reason, unless you're the Mr. Futures and Gematria Sports. Those guys look at by the Gematria numbers, and they cash more than I would say half these other guys coming out here telling you that they know how to cook the numbers and that they know what's best, and you got to pay them $5 bazillion and you got to go their fucking their Patreon, or you got to do some loop-de-loop bullshit just to impress somebody, when let's just say it's anybody's game. Anybody could win. It's and I for one am just not impressed. Not impressed. Bet the house. Yeah, bet the house against Indiana. Yeah, bet the house against Indiana. All right, All Star. Bet on. You should have bet on the Rockets, man. Bet on the Rockets. I might actually take the Rockets tonight. Might take them on the spread here. I think they had a good victory against the Bulls. I mean, I don't know if they outright can beat the Celtics, but maybe they keep it a close game. I think it was 14 was the number I was seeing earlier. We'll have to check it out. Let's look at what we have here now. I mean, we're basically going to look at the numbers here and see what we're going to do here as far as taking what we took here. All right. First, we'll go to the college. We'll go to the college bowl game here. I feel like we need to get our hand in that here. Obviously, 42 points is the over under here. In the Memphis, I thought it was like 50 something here. Coastal Carolina plus the 7 here. I kind of like that here. I like that. I mean, 68. Damn, that seems to be a lot of points. They think there's gonna be a lot. And then you got Wisconsin, and you have Wisconsin and Oklahoma State here. I don't know. To me, can Oklahoma State get outright victory against Wisconsin? I think I think they can. Generally, Wisconsin's generally a better football team than what they this year. They were 6-6, so they're going to be a 7-5 team. So, is there going to be points scored in this game? Oklahoma State. You never know. But and then you got 66.5. They think there's going to be a lot of points being scored in this game here. This East Carolina, Coastal Carolina game here. And I don't know. I'm a believer in the Coastal Carolina plus the 7. At least they keep it close here. Maybe they don't win, but at least they lose by 7 or less. 66.5. I don't know. Both these teams are they going to put up points? I don't know. We got 34 points here. So this definitely was this. I think Memphis and Utah State before, I think it was like 50 something, 57, 58 points or something like that. And now it's kind of went down. So yeah, we'll stay with that there. And then obviously we have NBA here. We'll look at the NBA. Look at the NBA. Obviously, Lakers. Lakers are road dogs here. I don't know. I think LeBron's probably playing here. And I don't know. I like Orlando. They're a tough team. They're gonna be a tough team to beat there. But I don't know. I think the Lakers, LeBron, them is still gonna play tough. And I think they definitely can get a victory here tonight. Then we got Philadelphia here off their big victory. And yeah, I think I think personally Philadelphia could beat the Wizards. And 14.5 here. The Rockets. I'm gonna take that here tonight. And I'm taking the Hawks here to win by 2 points. I think that's pretty easy for them to be able to do here. Clippers here. I like Clippers on the money line. Then I took the Grizzlies. Big believer in the Grizzlies. Spurs and Thunder. Spurs went over last night here. I don't know, back to back here. But you know what? I have not really bet on the Thunder all this much this season here. And so I'm going to take the Thunder tonight on the point spread here. I'm changing it from the over 236. I'm taking Thunder to win by 8. Thunder to win by 8. And then we have the Nuggets here. Nuggets here, -3. All right, so I'm taking Philadelphia. Then Rockets, Clippers, Grizzlies. The Warriors game under 239. Um, I think the Nuggets should win by that. Charlotte and the Warriors here, 239. I mean, that seems to be. All right. And then college basketball here. I mean, mm, Northwestern State here. They cover the 16. I mean, yeah, we'd have to pick. We would have to pick somebody like, I don't know, maybe Notre Dame here. Maybe pick the Irish. Irish and the Aggies there. But I don't think you can do that. Yeah, I think we could probably do that, right? Let's see. Yeah, I think I like that here. We'll take it. Oh. Um. You know what? I think I'm gonna take. We'll do that. It's all right. All right. So this is the par. This is our dolo, or solo dolo number 2. All right. So we got solo dolo here. Solo dolo Tuesday. Sports parlay for 1227 here. We got the Lakers on the money line here tonight, plus 131. Then we have the 76ers money line, minus 180, 188. Taking the Rockets, plus 14.5 points on the spread here. That's minus 110. We're taking the Clippers money line, plus 135. All right, we got the Grizzlies here. Grizzlies money line here, minus 333. Then we have the Hawks, minus 1.5. Minus 1.5 points on the spread here. And then we have the Coastal Carolina The Chanticleers. Plus 7 points here on the spread here. That's minus 105. And then I forgot to put the Thunder. Thunder minus 7.5 points on the spread here. I mean, and then I got Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. The Irish are always fighting, so I picked them on the money line to win minus 370. Then we got Texas A&M here. The Aggies here. Aggies on the money line here is minus 1,428. So we said, fuck it, we're going big or go home. So we said, fuck it, we're $198.66 here. If all these bets, the Lakers money line covers the 76ers money line, the Rockets cover the 14.5 spread, the Clippers cover the money line, the Grizzlies cover the money line, the Hawks cover the spread, the Thunder cover the spread, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers cover the spread, and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish cover the money line, and also the Texas A&M Aggies basketball. Both of those is basketball. Everything's basketball except for Coastal Carolina Chanticleers is football. So that's our bet for the day here. Good old bet for the day here. So I'm gonna get ready here. I'm gonna let's look at some of this. Evictions are backing up in Stanislaus County after 2 years of a full pandemic loom. Yeah, what happened to these Democrat people trying to trying to help all these people and shit. Yeah, let's help all these people out. Oh, we're not gonna kick them out of their homes. Oh, we're not gonna. it just boggles the mind. Everybody thinks that, oh man, all be peaches and cream and magically delicious, Lucky Charms, man. But people still out here believing in fairy tales. And I ain't talking about Jesus, and I ain't talking about other things. People are more blinded and jaded than they've ever been. All right, so we're all right. We got 76ers. We got Joel Embiid props. We got James Harden's props. We got Tobias Harris props. We got Anthony Milton, Shake Milton, PJ Tucker, George Nang. All right, that's just for the 76ers. We got Bradley Beal, Kristaps Porzingis, Kyle Kuzma, Monte Morris. Those are the only ones that are up here so far for player props for the 76ers. For the Wizards. We have LeBron. He's playing tonight. We got Westbrook, Lonnie Walker, Thomas Bryant, Austin Reeves, Patrick Beverly, Dennis Schroeder, Wenyen Gabriel here. Don't know who he is. Obviously, somebody is obviously a big man. We have Paulo Branchero, number 1 overall pick here. He's going to be playing against LeBron, so it should be a good matchup for him. Franz Wagner, Bol Bol, Markelle Fultz, We got Cole Anthony. We got Mo Bamba. We got Wendell Carter Jr., Gary Harris, and Mo Wagner. Those are the Orlando Magic props. We got Kawhi Leonard player props today. We got Paul George player props. Ivak Zubac, Reggie Jackson, Marcus Morris. We got Nicholas Batum, Luke Kennard, Norm Powell. No Terrence Mann. We got Pascal Siakam. We have Fred Van Vliet. We have OG Anunoby. We got Scotty Barnes. Those are the Raptor player props. We got Trigger Trey Young player props. We got DeJounte Murray player props. We got John Collins player props. That's it. And we have, for the Pacers, we have Tyrese Halliburton. For him to get a double-double, I don't know. Maybe he gets a double-double tonight after being held in check pretty much. Buddy Hield, Miles Turner. Miles Turner was the leading scorer last night. And Andrew Nembhard. Then we have for Houston, we have Jalen Green. We have Kevin Porter Jr. We have Jabari Smith. We got Alsperun Sagoon. We got Kenyon Martin Jr. And we got Terry Eason. We have Jason Tatum for the Celtics player props. We got Jaylen Brown. We have Marcus Smart. We have Al Horford. We got Derek White. And then we have for the Spurs, we have Keldon Johnson. Devin Vasily had a career high, or he was the leading scorer last night. We had Trey Jones. We had Jeremy Sochan here. He's actually played very well. And then we also have Jakob Poeltl here. And we have Shai Gilgeous for the Thunder. We have Josh Giddey. We got Luke Dort. We got Jalen Williams here. We got Ashlik Pushlovsky. And we got Kendrick Williams. Then for the Suns, we got Chris Paul. We got DeAndre Ayton. We got Mikal Bridges. Torrey Craig. Then for Memphis, we got Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., Dylan Brooks, Steven Adams, Brandon Clark, and Tyus Jones, and Santi Aldamin. All right, that's for the Grizzlies. We have for the Knicks, we have RJ Barrett, Julian Randle, we have Mitchell Robinson, and we have for the Mavericks, we have Luka Doncic, Christian Wood, we have Spencer Dinwiddie, we got Tim Hardaway Jr. All right, for Charlotte tonight, we have LaMelo. LaMelo's got to get over 23.5. That's the same as he had yesterday. So, like I said, I'd take that in a heartbeat. That's easily. Did he have a steal? Let's see. Did he have a steal too? Yeah, he had 2 steals. He had 2 steals, 3 steals, 2 steals. So I mean that'd be another one for him to do. 3-pointers to 3.5. I mean, I don't know. That's crazy number. Like I said, I've been cashing with his points, so that is somebody I definitely. Then they have Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Mason Plumlee, P.J. Washington. Then for the Warriors, they got Klay Thompson, Klay. We got Klay. We got Jordan Poole here. Last time I cashed for Jordan Poole's. And we have Draymond Green. We got Kevon Looney. And we got Dante DiVincenzo. We have Anthony Lamb here. Anthony Lamb over here. We got Ty Jerome. And we have Jonathan Kuminga. All right. For the Nuggets, we have Nikolai Jokic. Then we have Jamal Murray here, who basically screwed me as far as the assists went concerned. And he had the points. Aaron Gordon, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Michael Porter Jr., and Bruce Bowen. Those are the only player props that are up right now for the NBA. So I figured I'd just ran them down really quick for everyone. And that is on the Underdog fantasy site. It's a good site. We've been winning pretty much. My sister won back-to-back 2 $10 parlays back-to-back. If she wouldn't use insurance, she would have won 20. So hopefully we will be able to win something tonight again. Either our teams Either the team parlay we can put together, or mainly it's been our player prop parlays that have been cashing as of lately. But yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it at that here. Get ready to make that player prop here, and watch some of this, watch some of these sports, and I'll be on the motherfucking ones and twos, DJing, throwing my mix together a little bit later tonight here once again, because that's what I like to do at nighttime. I like to vibe and jam out. So we're gonna let this be a do from here for now. But we'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk about waiver wire Wednesday. We'll talk more about the matchups here in the NFL. Obviously, there'll be more college basketball, men's and women's. Obviously, there's going to be some college football bowl games still going on. Obviously, NBA, NHL. Obviously, news and notes. Obviously, Tua. A lot of these former players are saying he should sit out the next 2 games. And I'm in agreement. I would not want to put my star quarterback, if I value my star quarterback, I'm not putting him back on the field again this season to get concussed. I understand Miami's in the hunt for the playoffs, but at some point you got to save a player from himself, and you got to, if you give a shit about a human being instead of just using them like crash test dummies. And well, we care about these players. We care about them, but you let them get out there and get bruised up and get killed and get murdered. Oh, well, they can make $20 million and then wonder why they're dead broke because they don't have any money. There's no help after the game and after this shit. I mean, same thing. Football players, uh, anybody else, veterans that have been military service, or you're just discarded at the end, and oh, we'll trot you out there like we give a shit about you, and we care, but they don't care. That's the fucking problem that most people don't understand. You want to believe the lies and the fairy tales and believe that everybody out there isn't a bad person, isn't using somebody in some fucked up type of way or manipulating shit, then you are the stupid person. You are the fucking ignorant folk that continue you're the reason why we can't get better, because you ignorant fuckers we're gonna die in your motherfucking manholes and your moleholes just for nothing. Just to be wrong, you know? What's right is wrong, wrong is right. Alright? But on that note, I'm out of here. Peace out.